Here I am today at the Fungus Fair in Santa Cruz, California. This event is held annually, usually in the month of January. What they do here is educate people about mushrooms and funguses. A lot of people have phobias about mushrooms, but it's time to get over that. Most are edible and have medicinal properties. They also add texture and flavor to food, and it was vital in the development of the Western civilization by beer. Before, people were drinking water and they were dying, and they were wondering, why are they dying? Well, there was a certain bacteria inside the water called cholera, and the people who were strong were the ones who were drinking beer. And then they realized that the beer drinkers realized that they had to purify the water better, and then that led to the development of the Western civilization. It was also used in cheeses such as blue cheese and brie, and it's also used in breads as a leveling agent or a rising agent. Here they also have cooking classes where they teach you how to cook with the mushrooms. Most mushrooms you have to cook first because they have a protein on them called chitin, which has to be denatured so you could actually ingest it. So they're also used to dye clothing. So they have educational classes like cooking, and they also help you identify mushrooms, and you could also buy a identification key. So if you end up picking a mushroom in the wild, you could take it home and look at your key and identify it, and it might be edible, and so then you could learn about the different mushrooms. Mushrooms also have a beneficial relationship with plants, which is called symbiotic. What that is plants give the funguses sugars, and then the funguses they exchange at the roots different minerals and vitamins and nutrients, so the plants grow bigger and stronger. And by the combination of this fungus with the roots, the area that the plant could actually extract different nutrients is largely increased. So next time you're in your garden and you see some mushrooms growing around there, you should be happy, because then it means that you have beneficial funguses in your garden that are actually having a symbiotic relationship with your plants. But there are also some mushrooms that are detrimental to plant health, such as the honey mushroom, which is also edible, but it's also known as the oak rot fungus. And this one is called Armillaria mela, and it causes the roots of the oak tree to die, and or it starts it to rot, and it usually starts dying at the top of the tree on the way down. So if you have an oak tree growing in your yard and then you see some mushrooms growing around it, maybe you should have a look at it and grab a key and identify it to see if it is Armillaria mela. So there's also many other things that mushrooms can do and give us. So it's time to get over our phobias. So I encourage everyone to go visit the Fungus Fair. It's very fun. They have different types of food. They had a mushroom lasagna, a mushroom quiche. They also used the honey mushroom in some cookies, and that was quite unique. I never had a mushroom in a cookie. I never even thought about adding a mushroom in a cookie. So I encourage you all to go. Okay, happy gardening.